All right, guys. We have a very special episode of the Three Brothers podcast for you today. We have some sisters in the house today. They can't keep a straight face, but well, first, how about this? You have to state your name and your age.
Name, age.
And
name. Just a dating profile.
Name.
You want it to be okay? Name. That's fine. Name, age, astrological sign, dating status. Go.
And relation to John.
Well, we all an occupation.
No, it's good.
Maybe.
If you want. Yeah. You could do that.
Thanks for asking my credit card.
Social.
Okay, want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. Go first.
Okay. I'm Silvana. I'm 23.
Hey, Silvana.
Hi, Silvana.
I'm a Cancer. What else? What else did you say?
Occupation and dating status.
I'm going to school for ultrasound technician.
Very cool.
Mm.
And what else? My dating status. I'm single.
Oh, snap. There we go.
Alright, Cass, you up.
I don't know.
Hi, guys. I'm Cass.
Flashbacks.
Okay. I'm Cassidy. I'm a Cancer. I'm 23 years old. I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I know, hard to believe. And I'm single.
Okay.
Are you?
Hi, my name's Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I am a Libra. I am in school right now for physical therapy. What else? Oh, I'm single.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
I'm a Leo. I scoop ices at Ralph's and teach pre-K.
Oh, wow.
And I'm single.
Oh, I forgot single.
Yeah, single.
Okay.
Single.
Alright, what do we have next week?
Chris.
Sup, y'all? I'm Chris.
Wait,
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah.
John's a G.
Sup, y'all?
John.
I'm a student, and my sign is
Asparagus.
It says I'm an Aries.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I know.
What's your status?
I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
Congratulations.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. No.
Congratulations.
Thanks for
All right. Everybody knows me. I'm Mike, 26 years old.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. I am an engineer. I'm single, and I am a Aquarius. What is going on?
That was very good.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. I'm John.
Hey, John.
Okay. I am 23. I work in corporate finance,
Nice.
and I am Aries. I believe I am single.
Woo!
all these single people.
That's crazy.
I know, we're all single.
Look at
except
all
for
you.
Chris.
Look at all you.
You made
Running
it.
around.
You did it.
All right, guys. So I came up with a good idea to have a little bit of a drinking game. So we are gonna
You guys heard that?
we are gonna talk about different topics. We're gonna ask you guys some questions. Go around the room. Every time that you answer a question, you have to pick a card. Now, all right, John, pick the first card and show us how it's done. So John picks a card, and he's got a number card.
I'm not that blind.
If you get if you guys get a number card, you hold on to it. Once you have enough number cards that add up to 10 or more, you get to pick someone who has to take a jello shot. They have to take it. You pick them.
To
You
quote
compel
the
them.
official rules, you compel them.
You compel them.
So wait, we
You
want
need
to
to
count
explain
to
it again.
Oh my
So-
you're a
The
teacher,
cards
bro.
have to add up to 10.
Oh, you have to add up to 10 or more.
Yeah.
So you're counting like the jack?
No, face
The number
cards are different.
Oh, they're just the number.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
Alright.
That's terrible.
You guys gotta double check.
We're trying.
She's not good at
So,
I'm not
alright.
good at math.
Wait,
If I
but
was
wait,
good at math,
that's
I would be
just-
so powerful.
If you have one or more cards that adds up to 10, you get to tell someone to take a shot. If you draw a face card, Jack, Queen, King, you have to take a shot.
Okay,
And if there's an ace drawn, we all have to take a shot.
sounds good.
And then Chris just added something before, which I thought was kind of funny. No, you don't want
Oh,
the Joker thing.
yeah. So Joker is if you draw Joker, Mike will give you some Batman-related trivia, and if you get it wrong, you have to take a shot.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
You're coming too.
You ready, John? All right, let's go. What do you have? What do you have in store for us today?
So, I know you guys relatively well. I know how you guys think relatively well, and I have a hypothetical question. I just want to start this podcast off. Okay, so
I'm
just
scared with John's questions.
put your thinking cap on.
Well, wait. Just out of curiosity, have any of you guys ever been on a podcast before?
No.
I have.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Wait, yeah. Just tell us about it real quick.
I was on my school's podcast because like I knew my friends there, so they were just like, "Hey, come on my podcast." And I was like, "Okay." That was it.
So a lot
What
like
was
today.
that podcast about?
It was just like discussing like dating and like like what guys like a guy's perspective, a girl's perspective, and like what is the best way to like be in a relationship.
Mm.
You know, what do's and don'ts you should do, stuff like that.
And what did you glean from that podcast?
But I what?
What did you get out of that podcast?
I don't know. It was just like really fun.
Okay. Did you learn anything about dating or how to do it better?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I'm pretty like level-headed, so.
I got you. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And you guys all know John from where? Because I know I've met a couple of you girls, actually a few of you girls, but I've never met Jamie before. So I know you guys are all friends in some capacity. So tell us about that real quick.
Well, I met John, obviously, at LIU. He was in a frat, and we were all in a sorority that was really, like, we liked his frat, but I think me and him started becoming, like, actual friends. It was our formal, and at the time I was dating someone, and then me and him broke up, and I already paid for the ticket. I was like, shit, like, I can't let $150 go to waste. So I saw him in the fishbowl. I was like, you want to go to formal with me? And he was like, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I met you.
So we went to 5 formals together. With Dylan.
Yes. All
Yeah.
No, neither do I. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I know we got close after I had a mental breakdown in the fishbowl. You gave me a
because I
text.
need the text.
and-
What's the
that you still
fishbowl?
have.
Why you guys go in
That's like our common
fishbowls?
area where we
Okay.
meet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just call it that.
Good,
It's like
good,
a common area where everybody meets.
Whew.
It's just like they're just like glass. You can like see in it
Yeah.
like a fishbowl. So
Oh, I
that's why
actually
they
know
call
what
it
you guys
that.
are talking about.
Yeah.
So I think I met you, Emily, at formal though, that night. I don't know if I talked to you
The
before.
one where I
What
died.
formal was that?
Remember the one where I
6:58.
died?
No way. You
I
had
know. I think I knew you before
beforehand.
that because I was
Where?
I was way too comfortable with you to like already be your friend. Like to not like I had to be your friend already. Like it just didn't make sense. I don't know how I like met you though. I don't know where
Was
I
it-
Wait, okay, we had a party in a basement. And you were
That was
DJing
Gina's
that party.
basement.
Yes,
That was
yes.
Gina's
And I think
Gina's
that's where I
basement.
started
Yes.
talking to you.
Yes, I remember
Because
that.
I remember
one.
you were DJing, and I think I went to ask you to play some like music or something. You probably did.
You were true.
Was this the
We'll talk about
boarding
it.
horn theme one?
No, that was a different one.
No.
That was when Jamie and I were sticking stickers.
That's
on
when
the
I
ribbons.
wasn't there. That's the one that
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
that was interesting.
I went home that night and I went up to Chris who was playing video games. It was like 1 a.m. I just lifted up my shirt
Yeah.
and he saw the 2 nipples on my
Yeah.
chest.
You know who put those stickers
Two
there?
Me and Emily.
It was us.
Wow.
Yeah.
You saw the 2 nipples on his chest.
Great
Yeah,
work.
stickers.
Oh my-
Yeah.
We just went around like stickering like everybody's nipples.
Well, I remember that because you were
That's-
like
Wow.
sitting on like the couch downstairs as I was putting my equipment away, and like all you guys were slowly going home, but I was like one of the last people. leaving.
Yes,
That's
you
why we
were.
started
We
small.
saw your entire frat's nipples, like the
Yeah, we
entire
did.
I
frat.
know.
I don't know
I
how
don't know
we
if
did
that's
it though.
impressive or not. That's probably
It was
smart.
it was
It was voluntary.
Yeah.
We didn't force them.
Yeah, we said like, do you want a sticker? And they said, yeah.
So maybe that was
where?
starting for them.
Maybe.
I mean, some of them were just like, yeah, okay, and they just like lifted, no problem.
That's when
Actually, most of them were.
voluntary.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said no.
No.
So
That's when didn't Baldy puke that night in the bathroom?
We don't talk about you.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
that's true.
I don't know if he did.
He was there. He was there. I remember. I think I drove him home. I can't remember.
Well, that's how I met you.
And Jamie, I think I met you actually in our bio lab
Yes, it's
Way
Marcella.
way back because we just get shelled.
But we didn't talk then, I don't think. We got close after my literal mental breakdown in the fishbowl, and then Emily got called afterwards.
Oh god. Oh, I remember
It was that day. John, I had to
Yeah.
take John's math textbook for something. He literally slipped with me, and he asked me how I was, and I started crying. He left. He just left me. With the
I
textbook.
remember that.
Well, I gave it to Chris Favola, and he
Yeah.
gave it to you.
Yeah.
I was like, time for me to go home.
It was pretty bad. It was brutal.
So you scared
Classic
him.
John.
Yeah, I'm crying.
Listen, man, I was done. I was like, I just went home to play video games.
Yeah. Destiny, right?
Yes.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, great.
I hope the text was worth.
It's still my truck if you want it.
Oh,
My breakdown was not
you
worth
can
it.
keep it. It's okay. I have a second one.
No.
Always worth it.
Okay. And Silvana, I actually met
Yeah.
about a month ago, right? Is that correct?
Yes. No, I feel like
It was
you've
more
seen.
recent.
No, I feel like you've met her like before. I brought her out. She's been to a few parties.
Yeah, I was at like one of your frat parties too.
Yeah, she was.
I probably just didn't.
No, it was no, it was Teek's party. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Teak.
It was Teek's party. She came to a few Teek's parties.
No.
That's where Ian's from.
Yeah.
We interrupt your bleak and meaningless lives for this special news break.
All right, we're going into the first question now,
What the
John.
hell was that?
Just a segue,
Okay.
so we can get back on track a little bit.
My hypothetical question here is that I asked my entire family this question already. It's a very important question.
You wrote it down.
I wrote this
And
down.
there's no
John always has hypothetical questions he'll ask frequently.
Yes.
Yes.
Do they get annoying?
No, they're awesome.
I asked him one today, and he told me no.
Hypothetically, if you could go the rest of your life without needing either food or sleep, which would you choose?
You already know my answer.
Food or sleep. So you either never get
Food.
tired, you can just stay awake
I
24
don't need
hours
food.
and you're good to
I already
go.
do
What the
that.
fuck
Or
do you sleep?
you don't need, you never
You
get
don't
hungry.
sleep.
Oh wait.
Or you never get
Right.
hungry, you don't need
I
to spend money
sleep.
or time on food. So it's a big difference.
Yeah, but I like
I already
I
don't
need
sleep. I don't sleep.
All right, guys, we're gonna keep the questions answered one at a time, and when you answer, you have to pick a card. We're gonna start with Silvana.
Emily. Oh, okay. Well, because
Or-
Wait, should I pick a card?
Yes.
And then
Pick a
I'll
card and then answer.
Okay. I'm clean.
All right, you gotta take a shot.
Are you fucking serious, bro? Can I take it after I finish my question?
You can take it whenever. You just have to
Okay,
answer the question
I'm
now.
gonna take it. I'm gonna answer it.
All right.
I'll probably do. Wait, which one I would not?
Which one would you do? So which one would you choose to lose? So if you
Sleep
lose
or
food, that means you never get hungry.
Sleep.
Sleep.
I love food. You can't-
Exactly.
I fucking love food. I can't live without it.
Oh, is there a proper way to do jello shots?
Yeah. And then
You gotta like scoop it. Okay, I've never done them the proper way.
it's fucking gross.
on that.
I just tongue the cup until it comes out.
Two.
All right, hold on to it. Hold on
Just
to it.
that. What's your answer?
I already don't sleep to begin with. I mean, I guess sleep. I like food.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. So.
I'm seeing a trend here.
What about you?
No, John, answer the question.
No.
I was trying to steal my card.
No.
I got a 3.
All right, hold on to it.
I would definitely give up sleep because if I had 24 hours in a day to do whatever I wanted and I wouldn't get tired, I would be unstoppable. I'd work like 2 jobs. So, and I love food so much that I like being hungry and having a good meal. It feels so good. So I could never get that.
I had
could
the
do
best
so much.
pasta last
If
night.
you didn't have to sleep.
No, I know, man. And I'd be super food.
I had the best pasta last night.
I don't eat either.
Why can't you twice that much?
Mm, sorry.
No.
I fucking love pasta.
You get it like twice a week.
Alright.
We're gonna Tony about
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
Wake up,
that's right.
Chris.
Okay, fine. This is a hard question for me though, because I don't sleep and I don't eat. But Jamie did raise a good point. Because I'm like obsessed with Qdoba right now. Like I don't know why. Like I love it. So like
Okay.
if I no, what are you talking about? No. But like if I don't know, I feel like I don't know. I can go without either, but I guess sleep because I don't sleep anyway. But
I feel like there's a trend here.
Did you pick a card?
No. I forgot
John,
that,
you're taking
but-
my shots for
Thank
me.
God, I gotta
I
think.
got you.
All right.
If I had to live without one, it'd probably be sleep. Because I always have an endless supply of snacks, and I would not do well without that. So.
How fat would you get?
King
Would you just
John, you just
sat around?
My
John, I'll take
500
your
pound
cell
life,
if you want, because you have to
basically.
drive.
So,
Man.
I'll be right back.
I mean, one shot's not gonna kill you.
Wait, but isn't it his turn?
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
he's
take it
taking
one
the
second.
shot for me.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay,
Have you
yeah,
ever
no,
seen those
okay.
spy movies? That's what it's like. When there's like lasers on the ground, you gotta get under.
That's what I was thinking of.
Alright.
Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think?
I don't touch my food.
Okay.
I definitely go without sleep.
Right.
No, I know it's a common answer, and I hate doing that. But I just want to say,
It should have been 3.
similar to John, I would be absolutely unstoppable if I didn't sleep. Like, no one could beat me. I'd have so many skills. I'd be... Yeah.
No, you.
I got an 8.
No, I agree.
Okay. What do you like?
Well, I mean, we're all saying the same thing, but that is the answer I was gonna give. Got another 3. What are this whole deck is full of 3s.
You got 3 threes available. So.
Well, you...
That's lucky.
So, yeah, I just feel like I have like a never-ending sense of FOMO. So even when I'm sleeping, I'm like, there's something going on that I could be doing right now.
Right.
With people, without people, it doesn't matter what it is.
never leave our house anyway. So
That's true.
Just...
So yeah, no, I would definitely go without sleep.
Okay. Those are all good answers. I got another one queued up for everyone.
All right.
No sound effect. And no, you're not gonna
There's
interrupt me.
no promises, but go on.
So my next question is, you guys know in some cultures that they eat insects sometimes. They either cook them or they sort of put them in soups. It's
Should
very
I
unique.
pull up a video here?
No.
Definitely not.
You want to see that? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
So majority vote. So it's like scorpions roasted, or like fried grasshoppers, or like even in Taiwan they have like a certain tree worm soup that they eat while it's still alive. It's very unique. So how much money would it take for some random person to pay you to eat a bug meal, like a few scorpions or a couple of
Like
grasshoppers?
like a bug or a full course?
A full meal.
Full course.
Well-
How much money would you have to be paid?
John, I
I'm gonna go
feel
over
like we
and
should
ask the
choose a
question.
specific dish
Yeah.
because
Okay.
the
All right,
tree
so we'll
worms
go-
are pretty gross. The grasshoppers, I
So
would
we'll go-
pay to
We'll
eat
go with
those.
the chocolate covered scorpion,
Oh,
which is big.
You would pay to eat grasshoppers?
Can you eat that? Like,
Yeah, they put scorpions in lollipops.
Wait,
Yes.
I thought they were poisonous.
Yeah.
She's right.
They
Make
put
that
them on
couple
lollipops.
I thought they cut the
They put them in lollipops. They put them in tequila. They put them in a lot of stuff.
Oh,
They
yeah,
put
they
it in
were.
tequila,
They were
yeah.
tequila.
All right.
it's
Alright.
fucking gross. Okay.
All right. So let's start with you. Looks like so it'll be. Would you $100? Would you do it for $100? Would you do it for 1,000?
How much is this?
What bug?
We're doing scorpion covered in chocolate on a stick.
On a stick.
Covered in
How big
chocolate.
is this thing?
Yeah, how big is it?
That's
It's a scorpion.
Realistically, like,
Yeah.
okay,
If someone was paying you, what's the minimum?
minimum.
Yes, the minimum money you would take, like 10K, 1,000, $5.
$5. Probably. I'm trying to think about it. If someone asked me to do that, I don't know. Probably like 8,000
8,000.
minimum. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't do it for 5K.
No.
Gotcha.
Has to be.
Has to be up there.
I'd make it an even 10.
Okay.
On that?
Yeah, take a card.
There we go. What is it?
You're not at 10
79.
yet.
You're at 9.
I swear, I'm a teacher, guys. I swear.
7, 9.
So for me, I would have to figure out how much my student loans are, so they can just pay off.
That's
the
a
student
real
loans.
question.
That's not a valid answer.
That's
I'm
not-
sorry.
What do you mean?
It's not a valid answer.
Okay,
Answer
fine.
hypothetically.
I have to look it up how much my student loans are.
Okay, so if someone came up to me and said, "Listen, I'll give you X amount of money if you eat this scorpion lollipop, whatever," I'll be like,
Covered in chocolate.
covered in chocolate, be like, "Okay, hold up for like 1 minute, let me figure out my
Cover
student loans."
loans.
And then I'll be like, okay, if
Okay.
it's this amount, so let's say if it's
100 grand.
That's
it's
very
not 100 grand, give me 100 grand, then I'll eat it.
But would you actually do it for less? Like if they said you can have 50K to eat it, would you do it for 50K? So it's not covering your student loans, but it's still
It's
still 50K.
I would do 50K.
40K?
Like realistically.
40K, you eat a little scorpion.
Alright, I think the
that wasn't
minimum,
little. That was
Covered in
quite
chocolate.
I think the minimum I would go is, like she said, 8,000.
8K.
8K, that's the minimum.
Seven.
5K is no.
$7,500. Not gonna do it.
Going once, going twice.
8,000.
Okay.
This is the opposite.
That went from 100,000 to 8,000. Like
Okay. Minimum 8,000, but I would be like, listen, if I say 100,000, would you give it to me? Like, yeah, but give it to me.
Of course.
Alright.
I think we can all agree that we would take $100,000 for
You
eating.
eat any food, to be honest.
I'd eat.
I would
No,
be
sir.
I'd eat.
I also got that point.
That's true.
Okay.
Alright. So
All right,
I guess-
John,
I
take a
guess
card.
Eat like a toddler that costs more.
8 plus 3, that's 10.
That's 11.
That's 11. So those two
I can
cards.
also have this shot if you want. I don't want
I'm
to
No.
be a crash
I'm
while
in
driving.
the next one.
He's driving.
He got up to 11. He gets to compel someone to take a shot. It doesn't
Oh,
have to be
yeah,
you.
Oh,
It could be anybody he wants.
You, Mike. You go.
That's fair. I kind
So
of
I
walked
guess
into
my
that one.
answer for this one, I'm pretty
Just
just
let me take
So
the
I would
shot.
do it for like $1,000.
It doesn't matter. I'm not driving.
yeah.
$1,000?
$1,000? That's it?
You're daring? Oh, he's in North Carolina now, guys.
I changed. Man.
Change man.
Yeah, I would do it for 1,000. A band.
$1,000?
$1,000.
Down bell.
Yeah, I could put that into my.
Bro, $1,000 doesn't even cover rent here.
It buys Amazon stock.
Here we go, with the stock.
You know, I actually saw a thing on, do you follow chicks in the office on Instagram?
I see them every now and then.
Okay, so they posted this new thing where it's like the top 5 worst boyfriends, and number 5 was the stock broke boyfriend. I made that.
I can't argue.
Well, John's not a boyfriend, so.
so
probably.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You single lady.
So I guess that's my answer. I think that makes sense. That's fair. I would do it for like $500. It's not really worth it to eat the
Sure.
But $1,000's like enough. You could actually do something.
The joke of the matter is that these countries where they're eating these bugs,
They
it's
pay
like,
for them.
yeah, they're like, it's a
They
delicacy.
pay
They
for
love this shit.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Delicacy over there.
All right, Emily, you're up.
No.
Take the card.
So
What
that's
is it?
12.
Yeah.
Takes a shot.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Do you want to take it?
No, it's just to go to one of the heralds.
John's not going to take it. Would you
I'll
take
take
it?
it. Alright.
Okay, John, take it.
Are they good though? Like, I kind of mix liquor.
It's Jello.
They're fine. It's Jello.
Do I answer now or after?
I didn't even measure how much liquor
I
I
don't.
put. I put a good cup and a half.
In each little.
Maybe like 10K.
You wouldn't do it for 9?
No. Like I'm between like 10 and 15. I don't know.
Well-
like it's gonna take a while. Like I can't. If it was like an ant, like an ant or something, then I'd take that.
That's
That's
nothing.
like
That doesn't
nothing.
mean anything.
Right, but like it's
Every
like
bug
a
is
huge,
disgusting.
like it's so big and
Emily,
it's covered in.
Statistically, you have definitely eaten a bug by accident in your sleep.
You eat 5 spiders a year
Yeah,
in your
okay,
sleep.
but they're like
They
so
try
small.
to. If you ever wake up with your eyelashes like crusty, it's because they're trying to mate with your
That's
eyelashes.
just
What?
I swear to God, I read that somewhere. If you ever like, you know, when you wake up and your eyelashes are like stuck together or something, and they're like crusty. It's because spiders try to mate with your eyelashes. Google it.
You
I
know,
swear, Google it right now.
I believe that.
Yeah, thank
Wait.
You
you.
know you swallow 7
But that sounds like
spiders
cap,
a year.
though.
Yeah.
No,
Like, I've
Google.
heard it, but like, I'm sleeping.
Stop the cap.
No.
What
Stop
are we even
that.
talking about?
But like you're sleeping though, so you know.
You
like,
still eat it though.
Yeah, but I'm sleeping, so I don't know that I'm like.
It's probably moving in your stomach.
But
Well,
it
my
just shows
stomach
there's
acid
no-
will
there's no
like
repercussions
like
to
alley.
it.
Right.
She sleeps with a
But
white
it's
sheet
the-
over
No,
her
no,
head,
that's-
like a
that's our
KKK
friend-
member.
No, that's how our friend Allie sleeps. She sleeps on her back. When she has like her blanket, she has it here, and then she has another blanket covering her face.
Health and safety.
Yeah, that's an OSHA violation if I ever heard of
One
one.
time I saw her
Yeah.
after we all got drunk, and I was like,
Wait, I think I would
"What
be
is
on it."
underneath that cover?"
No, that's how she sleeps.
Oh my
She
gosh.
100%
All right.
did that.
I think
The
I-
verdict. A rumor on social media claims that during spider mating season, male spiders will often mistake eyelashes of a sleeping human for
my
female
God.
spiders. The rumor goes on to claim this is often why we wake up with eyelashes stuck together. False.
No, that's gotta be.
That's false. So says that's nonsense.com.
It's all fake news.
Equally
It's phony stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, equally as credible to me.
Alright, so 10K is your answer?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright, Jamie, you're up next.
Okay. Another one.
Oh snap!
Mike,
Wait,
Batman trivia.
no, the ace is different.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
darn.
The ace is not. The
Oh, just
Joker
the instant.
is Batman trivia. The ace is everybody has to take a shot.
I just want to do Batman trivia.
I'll take
John.
mine this time.
No, I can.
Okay.
You can take one.
No, I know you.
Don't worry, guys. We got Ubers for everyone. We already ordered them.
Can I borrow your fork? Shut up.
Oh wait, you all have to take a shot.
We all have to take a shot. Yeah.
Oh yes, I'd love to have my
We're
fork
just
back.
Gotcha.
These are actually really nice.
They melted on
Yeah,
the
they turned out really good. Thank you.
No, it tastes
The
like
texture, I can't.
You don't like Jello?
I don't taste the alcohol.
Either the way it
I put 2 different types,
Yeah.
and I didn't
can't.
measure. At one point, my mom and I were like taste testing, and we were getting like drunk taste testing.
Yeah, it's
Classic.
Pretend it's your little friend.
Classic. Yeah.
This is
Damn
So
it.
yeah, we were supposed to go out last night, and she goes, "Oh, so what time are we going out?" I was like,
I'm
"About
gonna
that.
suck
We're
it
in
out.
pajamas, half drunk
How
already."
funny. She was
You want me
I
to
was
hold
like,
it?
alright.
Alright, Gina, this is your answer. What's the minimum?
I don't think I could. I don't eat anything other than like chicken nuggets and pasta and stuff, so I just don't think I could.
What if you got $100,000?
No,
What if
It's not-
like
it's
$1
not-
million?
That's life changing.
A
I don't
million.
think I could.
You would turn down $1 million.
Don't tell me that
I'd probably
nonsense.
talk myself out of it.
I feel like she would say like, "Yeah, I'll do it," and then it'll like come down to it, and then you just like wouldn't do it.
No, that'd probably be the only reason why I throw up in my life. If I
You know,
couldn't, I
if you
can't.
throw up, it still counts. Just leave the money.
No, I don't like to throw up. That's scary.
Yeah. No. You just. It just has to touch your lips. You don't.
No, it's gotta. You gotta
You gotta swallow it.
Yeah,
You gotta
All right.
swallow
Fine.
it.
Fine.
No,
Fine.
I
You
don't
have to
think I
swallow
could.
it.
I don't think she could.
I don't think I
Alright,
could.
so you're passing 100%.
Maybe
All
it
right.
wasn't a chicken
Next.
nugget.
Next.
Don't even think about it.
Scorpion-shaped
Don't
If
chicken
it's a
think
chicken
nugget.
about it.
nugget,
No.
maybe then she'll eat it.
Got an ace, y'all.
Oh, well.
Oh, here we go. All right, everybody.
Yeah, Chris just got a piece.
Oh.
That's just how the cookie
I
crumbles.
like the blue.
Actually, red ones are pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I do it for free.
Do what for free?
The scorpion.
For free.
I just
Yeah.
eat it.
Just for fun?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's chocolate covered. It's not like a
Can
scorpion.
I ask you a
Dark
question?
chocolate.
You're dangerous.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Let's talk about it.
so I'm Ecuadorian, part Ecuadorian, and in Ecuador they have
Congratulations.
like, thank you. They have like a delicacy, and it's called cuy, and it's a guinea pig, and they literally like take a guinea pig and they cook a guinea pig. Would you eat that for free? Because I would not.
I would not eat that for free, no.
Okay, because like
If
that's
it-
like
Then what would be your minimum for that?
Guys, we eat
If
chicken.
it was chocolate
I
covered,
have
would
eyes.
not.
Don't ruin it for
I
me.
would not.
That would ruin- that would-
You would eat
Please
the
don't
guinea
ruin
pig
it
for me? That's just
She thinks her
that's-
chicken nuggets were miniature dinosaurs before she started eating them.
Yes.
Oh god.
well, I mean, the guinea pig, it's just a meat.
I
Like,
know.
like it's just a cooked meat. It's probably
That's
not that
true.
good.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
but
lie.
like they literally like they will sell it to you like it's just on the plate and like you see like the full guinea pig just like
Oh, like those
spread
pigs?
on like yeah
That's pretty gross. I'd have to be paid for
yeah
that.
and like sometimes they have it like on a stick. Like when you walk through
Emily.
the street they have it on like a stick and it's just like on
It's
a
like a-
stick.
It's like a kebab.
Wait,
Yeah.
my Filipino friend from work once
Nice hat.
described. Thanks. Once described to me this one thing where they take like a fertilized chicken egg,
Yeah, I heard about that.
and apparently like the chicken is like growing inside of it, and then they like. I don't know if they eat it raw or they cook it, but either way, it's supposed to be super high in protein. They just like eat the whole thing.
I think they
I've
just
seen
eat
that
it
on
raw
TikTok.
It's gross as fuck.
because
That is so
It's
wild.
disgusting.
But I think they eat it raw. I think they legit just like I could never do that because I talked to someone about that once and I think he said they ate it raw.
Okay.
But it's like I would never.
No, that's gross. Like, I don't
And I
eat...
wouldn't even eat a guinea pig, and like that's a part of like my culture or whatever. But like my mom wouldn't do it either.
But
So
you
it's,
eat
like,
regular pigs.
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat a guinea pig. Like it's
Well,
just
guinea
like
pig is not actually a real pig. It's actually a rodent. Technically.
it's just
Thank you, John.
gross.
I was
Gave up food after
And
this
you like see it
conversation.
just like sitting there like looking at it. It's bleh, no.
Okay.
No,
So let me ask
that's-
you this,
yeah.
Chris. How much do you have to be paid?
But I just told you.
the guinea pig?
Yeah.
Well, how's it cooked? Is it like roasted?
Yeah.
I think they roast it.
Grilled? If it's grilled.
They like put it on a stick.
Ooh, if your
You know
grandma
how,
grilled
like,
it. If
If
your
my
grandma,
grandma... 15 bucks.
15 bucks. 15 bucks.
No,
If
no,
my grandma
like, they put,
grills
like,
it?
they like.
If I grill it, I just eat it.
It's
Yeah.
not grilled. I think they roast it. Like I've seen sometimes they like you know how they put a pig like on like through it and they just like roast.
I'm familiar
I've
with
seen
that.
people like do that way.
With the guinea pig?
Yeah. It's just.
I mean, it's just like it's an animal. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, but it's like. Oh, guinea pig.
2 bands, maybe 2K.
That's it.
Probably that's like you just eat it and you just put a lot of salt on it. It's probably
But like
fine.
it's staring at you, like you fully see it.
It's
Like
dead.
imagine like the guinea pig, like oh my god, like you just bought a guinea pig. Now like you cooked it. It's on your plate.
The gross
Still,
thing to me
okay.
would be that guinea pigs typically smell. But the aroma would probably be replaced with the luscious spices of your home culture. So,
Ooh. Oh, we're getting we're getting a lot of imagery going on.
to be honest with you, it's a little sad. But
Yeah.
I've eaten veal before. Like,
Okay, but
Yeah,
that, I
veal's
feel
not
like
bad.
that's different. Like you're not even like you're not looking at like you know
sure,
what I mean. Like it's like looks nice in a
Sure.
dish. Like I'm talking like straight.
Anybody ever have duck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't know I was eating duck. My mom
Oh,
told
that's
me.
dumpling.
You got
That's
lied to?
dumpling.
Yeah, my mom told me that it was chicken because we went to our neighbor's house and they were Chinese and they cooked for us.
Classic your mom.
The
And
yellow
she goes,
chicken.
"It's chicken," and I was like, "Okay." I ate it, and then she told me when we were walking home that I had duck.
Mm.
But isn't
And I was
that in
like,
dumplings? Like when you order from the Chinese restaurant, you ask for dumplings. It's in.
No, those are pork fried dumplings. They're pork. It's pig. Guineas, to be
I-
precise, but
I really thought it was.
I'm just kidding.
You thought all dumplings were made with duck meat?
Ew.
we need to get our facts straight. There's a reality here where our eyes are sewn shut by spiders, and
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I honestly 100% thought that dumplings were made out of duck meat.
and your
retard alert!
Not this again.
the children that you teach.
Hey, listen, I teach special ed. That's a sensitive word.
Oh,
Retard
Alright, that's enough. I really want to. So you thought that every single dumpling you've ever had in your life.
No,
was
not
duck
every.
meat.
No, not every
Okay.
single dumpling.
Okay.
I know there's chicken dumpling. Like I've had that. There's
Okay.
chicken dumpling. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just thought the ones that you order from like the Chinese restaurant when you go to like a Chinese food store or whatever,
Please say Chinese again.
or a sushi restaurant when you ask for dumplings,
It's
I
duck.
thought it was like predominantly duck meat.
Okay.
that's honestly not that bad. Like if you just thought that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I knew there was
Yeah,
different types.
yeah.
obviously. I
Yeah,
knew
that's
that,
not
but I
that
just
weird.
Thought,
Yeah.
No, I just thought like when you go to like predominantly like those kind of places, like it was duck meat.
Okay.
That's
know what I
fine. That's really not that strange.
See?
Yeah. Wait, back to the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Does it have the hair on it?
Oh,
No.
it's probably
Oh.
fried off.
I'd do it for like $2,000.
That's it. I mean,
I don't know. Like
$2 grand.
someone's just giving me $2,000 for free. I just
Bro,
need
those
something.
people do anything.
No, I won't. I won't eat anything either. But a chocolate covered scorpion would actually taste good. It would be like chocolate. And I bet scorpions don't have a flavor. They're probably just crunchy. People are just like, oh, scorpions, they're poisonous and gross. But
It's
like
just a texture.
in actuality, it's probably nice. It's probably like a Kit
It
Kat.
probably is crunchy
Ew,
because
no.
it's
Okay.
It's a,
JB's never
No.
eaten a Kit Kat ever
You
again.
know?
a
Like-
texture person.
Yeah, like if you don't like something.
Are we
like,
all?
No, there's some people that have like a problem.
No, we're
with
very
texture.
smooth
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah, like some people don't like the
Like
texture.
I can't do like I can't eat applesauce because I hate it. I hate the texture.
Oh, the
of it.
texture. Oh, I hate blueberries. They're like little pus packets. They're like
Yeah,
little
you see exactly.
flesh
I like
packets.
that.
Where they put gross like fluids. It's
No,
like
but that's
it's like
not-
bone marrow and like a little
That's what I don't
fleshy
like.
film.
They're ruining it.
They're like
I
it's like
did
if an
what I
ogre had like a
No.
a wart and you ripped a wart
Okay,
off
so-
an ogre's
Oh my
body.
No, when I was
And
younger,
you,
my
like-
cousin said every time you
Yeah,
eat
that's-
blueberry,
that's
that's
like-
like eating someone's brain. So like,
That's nasty.
yeah.
Yeah, that's gross.
Jamie's never gonna eat blueberries ever
No,
again.
blueberries type me out.
But think about it.
That's like one of the 5 foods I
Thank
eat. You guys are just ruining it.
You
You
didn't-
tried to ruin chicken for me.
You didn't list it. You were like chicken nuggets.
Also,
What was the other one?
No, like I don't
Mac-
like
Mac and
Pasta,
cheese.
Oh,
I had mac and
pasta.
cheese tonight.
Yeah.
All right, I have a follow up question for Chris. How much money would you take if somebody wanted you to lick a foot?
What?
It doesn't matter what kind of foot it could be.
Whose?
He just
Anybody
doesn't
you
mind.
want, you just have to lick
Like a nasty
someone's foot. This is particularly triggering.
I hate those freaking things.
Yeah, to Chris because he's like
the feet phobia.
he's got a feet phobia.
Understandable.
I hate them. They're terrible. They're
Yeah.
they're awful. Like why did they look like that? And why do they?
Some
Okay.
people have nasty.
What kind of lick? Like
like a full frontal tongue lick.
heel to toe. Like,
Heel to toe. I like the way she thinks. Yes, heel to toe.
full.
Full lick, like
One
full
food to lick.
full fetish lick. Like
Like all your tongue, not even just like the tip. Like all of it.
oh.
Yeah.
the whole tongue, all the surface
No,
area of
like-
your tongue. No,
like
it's not just the
all.
tip.
Like you're really getting in there.
Wow.
Wow.
Pressure's on. Anyone? I could pick anyone.
I'm sorry for you.
What are you asking? Pick the. No, it can't be your girlfriend. That's the only exception. It can't be your girlfriend
Like
because
$1
that's
million then.
$1 million.
But
No, I don't want him licking my
Realistically,
foot.
$1 million.
Hey,
Realistically, $1 million?
How about
You copied me.
Like someone came up to me and be like, "Hey, with this guy's."
I'd do it for 10K, but
this guy's a bad
I hate that though.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
hate it, and I hate myself. And it may end up in the news next day,
Oh
but
God.
man cannot live
Oh god.
selling his soul and his morals.
All right, Mike. What about you? You asked the question, so now you have to answer. Them.
About the foot one or about the scorpions?
We're gonna
and
get
stuff?
to the scorpion, but talk
All
about
right.
the foot
That's all
first.
The foot
Chocolate
one?
covered, no problem.
I don't have a phobia for feet, so as long as it was like clean, like well showered, I'd probably do it for.
That's so good.
You're nasty.
I don't know, like a few grand. You give me a few grand.
7K.
If it was a stranger, if it was somebody that I was like, if I knew them, I'd do it on a dare, as long as they were
You'd
showered.
lick John's foot on a dare.
If he was showered.
Showered.
If
So
he was
what if
showered.
it was
Like
someone
right now,
with
would you lick
okay.
John's foot right now?
No.
So let's
But if he
say
just
you're
came out of the
walking-
shower, I would do it on a dare.
So let's say you're walking in New York City, right? Someone comes up and someone was like, "Yo, lick this person off. He's just laying.
Is he homeless?
He's homeless."
Nah.
That's gonna be $10 million.
That's yeah.
Like right out of
That's 10.
right
That's
out
like
of Penn
10
Station.
million
You're
bucks.
walking, no. You're
gotta be
no.
life-changing.
You're walking up the steps to go out of Penn Station. You see the homeless people right there. Someone
Yeah,
goes,
no.
"Yo, lick their foot."
Dude, I don't want to breathe that air.
They're
I don't
offering
wanna
me
lick
money,
someone's
obviously.
I don't like the asker's attitude. Yo.
Yeah, lick this guy's foot.
You know,
Just do it.
lick their foot.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
But I'll give you $2,000 to lick their foot.
No.
No. You won't do it.
definitely not. Like my only caveat was well showered, and that's definitely not what it is. So I'm gonna have to say like $10 million.
$10 mil.
$10 million.
All right, let's go to the scorpion now, Mike. You gotta answer that. You gotta take a card too.
Okay,
We're still on that question. That's what
I
I'm
know.
Yeah, we have.
I got a 4. I would honestly eat the scorpion for the vine. I wouldn't
For
mind.
the vine,
Do it
bro,
for the
it's
vine.
2022.
Yeah, I would do it for the podcast. For
He's
the,
ancient.
Yeah. I would do it on like if you just
Right,
asked
like
me.
wouldn't that like if someone was like, "Oh, eat
It would
this
make a
delicious
great.
delicacy."
It would make a great Instagram
It'd be
story.
like-
It would just be like me eating a
Oh.
chocolate covered scorpion
No,
on vacation or
I
something.
hate that. Like, just eat it. Be like, "Oh, eat this beautiful food of our culture."
All
Don't
right.
do the
What about
Instagram
the guinea
story.
pig,
It's
then?
soulless.
Would you do the guinea pig?
No.
It would have to be cooked.
It is cooked.
It is
Yeah,
cooked.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a dish.
Like I know we were talking about like the egg wasn't cooked, but like the guinea pig, I might do it. Like he was saying, it's like somebody's culture. If I was like in another
So if
country,
I came here today and I was like, I bought food and I had a guinea pig on
Right.
a plate with maybe some like, I don't know, like it was like really nice, but like in the middle was the guinea pig
right?
on plate.
Does it have
Would you
like
eat it?
does it have like a head on it? Still?
Yes. Like it's like as if
I have to
I
eat
went to
it-
the pet store,
So you can
got the guinea
recognize it's a
pig,
guinea
cooked it. You can
No,
see the
but
face and
it's-
everything, and I was like, here,
It's skinned,
guinea
right?
pig.
It's skinned,
It's meat. It's the meat of it.
right?
Yeah, but like
yeah.
you see, like it's like
No, I think I would
full
still do it. I think
guinea pig.
I would.
Like,
I would not
it's
want to
just, like,
offend
you.
you.
Can see, like you can clearly see it's a guinea pig.
I'm sorry.
All right. Next question, John. Do you have anything? You have another one for us?
Yeah, it does.
All right, this is kind of a basic one, but I like this question. So,
Okay.
if you wanted any superpower that you could have for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, this
my God.
I like this one because it's not a yes or no or like yeah. This is good.
So Savannah,
Yeah.
Four.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably to control time.
Ooh.
So would
Yeah,
you?
why?
Would your
That
goal
is so out of the
go back
box.
in time or go
Oh,
forward?
you heard that too.
I saw it.
I don't know.
Would you want to go forward in time, slow time down, speed time
I
up?
want to control time. Cause
Just
like,
be- just
yeah, cause
control all
like
of it.
if I want the lottery numbers, I can just and then
Oh,
find out the
okay.
lottery numbers, and then
All right.
This girl is so smart. Oh my gosh.
Mike,
But then
I
at the
mean,
same
no
time-
offense,
Listen-
but that's just like
No, but let's be honest with you.
The core thing, like,
Yeah, okay.
that's my superpower.
But that,
No.
let's be honest with you. When was the
No,
last time
it's-
you've heard somebody say that? When somebody says, "Oh, what superpower would you want?" They're usually like, "I want to fly. I want to do this." Like nobody ever says control time. That's a great
I've
answer.
heard people say that.
Yeah.
Chris. All right, whatever. I haven't.
It's a cool.
I thought it was very smart.
I think it's a little bit like, it's not quite superpower. Like you're in control of time. Like I guess
Doctor
superpower.
Strange?
Yes, he's alright, but
No, he's
Don't even get us started on
We had
Doctor
an argument
Strange.
about Doctor Strange.
Why? I don't
Oh,
like it.
you
I don't
gotta
really
talk
like
to us about that,
the
because
second one.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes.
The first one was amazing.
First one was decent. The first one was
this
decent.
one sucks. Come on.
Second
There
one
you go.
sucked. It was
Second
terrible.
one's okay.
Nah,
This
you and I
one-
have completely opposite
I think it
opinions.
was
I
a
heard
good
that.
movie. It was a good production, had good graphics and whatnot, but whatever.
I enjoyed the first one the
First one.
most.
The first
Yeah.
one is.
Yes.
Are you serious?
It was alright.
This.
It was an origin story, you know.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
at a
good.
circus right now.
It was good, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Your turn. Next, what's your superpower?
Oh, okay, so I went over 10. So I give out a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compel someone.
You have to compel someone to take a shot.
Bye.
Compel.
I can't wait for the Batman.
drove?
I wrote the rules.
Jamie's not taking
I
it.
know Jamie won't take it.
Michael lives here.
Jamie's got to take one at least. Come on.
No, she doesn't want to take
She
one.
doesn't like Jello.
Yeah, she doesn't
I'll
like
get
Jello.
The texture of Jello. Remember we were just
See,
talking
she's-
So
about
Mike,
that?
you gotta
Texture
take one.
Now you're gonna do it.
Mike, you gotta take one.
All right, I'll take one.
And you just leave it.
So what was the superpower?
Alright, so I think I would like to read the mind.
What did you get say? Read like
I think I like to read. That would drive me nuts.
Shots
Okay,
fired.
so I was thinking about that. If I could read someone's mind, I think it would drive me nuts. But also, if you think about it, you can use it to your advantage, because then instead of me wasting my time on you, like on a friendship or relationship, I can already know what you're thinking about where you see me. You know what I mean? So I can
Why do you need that when you have Twitter? You can just read.
Actually, I don't have Twitter.
You can read their minds, and they're like, "Is your hair real?" And you're like, no.
Yeah.
You just tell them before they even ask.
Like, so I don't have to invest or waste time on a friendship or relationship or a job. When I'm interviewing, I can just all right, you already think you don't want me, I'm gonna leave.
And that would help you with your profession, right? Because you know your students and you'd be able to understand the
Well, no, when
information.
I tell you, if I could honestly go into their minds, see
No.
how they think, because they get so frustrated, and I try to calm them down. I'm like, listen, just talk it out. But now these kids, half of them don't even know how to communicate how they feel.
Right.
And it's frustrating on my part, and on their part, it's a lot frustrating. So if I can read their minds and actually see why you're thinking this, what's wrong, it would make my job 100%.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's noble.
Try topping that.
That's valiant.
Yeah, top that, John. Take a card.
I got a 10.
You?
Oh, snap.
I get to pick someone. Alright, Savannah. Alright, so my answer for this, I think I'm gonna go by process of elimination here.
Okay.
I think invisibility is cool. I think that's really awesome. But the problem is, would I be able to turn it off? So if you're 100% invisible all the time, then
You could turn it off. She
don't-
said control time.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a superpower. You're able to control
Alright.
it.
Also, the real question is, are your clothes invisible?
Sure,
So
it's
you
up
would-
to you. You
okay.
can pretty much do
Yeah,
whatever you want.
You can
My
do it.
superhero.
It's your
So
superhero. It's your
whatever
power.
stuff I'm wearing. I mean, that would be really cool. That'd be really, you get to do some cool stuff. I feel like the moral temptation to do some really bad things with that,
Yeah, tell us about that.
you know,
Really give us a deep dive into what you would do morally with
there's
that.
just so much potential for bad. I'd rather not have that weight on my shoulders with my superpower.
So
I'd rather,
do you think that you would do something bad
no, but I would feel the pressure of
to do something?
yeah.
Like the temptation.
the temptation.
You just not into temptation.
Exactly. There you go.
That movie's great.
I like flying is pretty cool, but I think the practical advantages of that are pretty slim because.
So are we just gonna go through all the superpowers?
No, yeah, I was about to say,
my
he's
top
gonna-
three. My
No,
top-
that wasn't the question
There's
because
only
you're
one.
leaving. What is your top number one?
I think I would have to go with mind control or something like that.
Okay.
Mind control would be really cool because maybe that's a little manipulative, but I would definitely use that to
A little bit.
as much money as I possibly can.
I'll
I was gonna
just
say,
sure
would
go
you
on.
use that on relationships?
No, I would choose not to. Because it's not a genuine relationship.
Oh, but then you would get, like you said, you would be tempted to do it.
Right, but I feel like I could avoid that.
I don't think John would be
I
tempted
feel
to
like
do
John's
that.
too much of a nice
Yeah.
guy to do
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like he would I don't know.
Because then it wouldn't be a real relationship.
Yeah.
It would be fake. It would just be.
No, John's not like that. John's a
Yeah,
G.
John.
He's
like,
not
I
gonna.
couldn't
He's not a
see
manipulator.
No.
Right, but I would definitely use that to make a lot of money in a short amount of
Like a lot
time.
of money. So
Use
it's
that in the
about-
stock market or.
John's not a
Just make-
manipulator. I would just use it to manipulate stocks and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
make people give me
He's not-
money.
He's not
Just
manipulating
fraud.
people. He's just manipulating.
You would just manipulate their
numbers.
decisions, which cause the numbers to change.
Exactly.
Right,
Yes.
which is okay.
All right. So I think my.
It's unethical at best.
And mind control is also
Certainly.
useful if, let's say, someone breaks into your house and you're calling a tough spot. You can literally control them to.
Sure, no, yeah. No,
Laser
I think that's
rays
great.
are good for
So
that.
you would
Like
be
that.
like Professor X with hair and legs.
Yes.
Cool.
I'd take that.
Wait, you said control your emotions?
It would be mind control.
Mind
Or control other people's minds.
So
Control your emotions
so
is a
we're
superpower men already
Yeah,
have that
because I
women
feel like
don't
I
Like,
possess.
you like, control their emotions?
I don't
I
think
thought
that.
about this
I don't
before,
think
but,
so.
like, I forgot my answer.
I don't think
It would
so.
just be like in that moment, like, you know, how the Jedi use the Force to say,
Curious.
oh, these are not the droids you're looking for. or
Because you
whatever.
would cure like so many mental health issues.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that definitely would
So,
be a
like-
benefit.
This
You are
girl-
valued and loved.
Yeah,
She's a
and when you make
philanthropist.
people
She's
feel
like
that, I would.
trying to recruit
Yeah.
you to like help the world's
Yeah.
mentally
Think
ill.
about
No,
John.
I would love
You
to
would
do
be
that.
like #1 psychologist. So
Think about it. ISIS wouldn't have never. Their kill count would be 0 because John would just mind
So
control.
there would be
Or
no
we could just
crime,
put
there would
Trump
be no
back in
crime at all.
office and
Yes.
they'd be zero again.
No crime.
That's true.
I can get behind that. All right, that's my
There would
answer.
be no
Oh my God,
crime.
that's
There
weird.
would be no crime.
Mind control.
Okay. All right.
Can we like come back to me? I'm like still thinking about it. We're gonna have to enter it now.
No,
Um,
you gotta go.
She's
right
like
now.
really
I
like
don't
stuck.
know.
Just talk.
Because-
See it. Tell us what
okay.
you're thinking.
Because I did, like, invisibility was always, like, one of my things, too. But I don't know how I would use it. Because I thought it was just, like, cool sometimes. Like, I thought about it. Like, if I and my clothes could be invisible, that I would do it for, like, mean purposes. I feel like just, like, mess with people.
That's what I was saying. Temptation.
I would fully do it for those reasons.
It would be cool
so.
if you could just make other people's clothes invisible. This is like a prank.
Oh wait, no, wait. What was the other one that I was thinking of? Okay, but I did think about it for like a quick second.
Yeah.
Like to be able to like see like not like kind of like X-ray vision, low key, but like I don't know. It was like
Okay.
having a moment one
No,
day.
that's
and
cool.
then I was like, yeah, the look you're giving me is like the reason why
This
I
is
wanted
judging you.
the X-ray vision for like that 1 second. Okay, like it was just like
Just to see.
yeah.
I feel you.
So I did think
See if
about
it's
that
worth
one.
it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. So I thought about that too, but then I feel like
What does that even mean? See if it's
Don't
worth.
ask, bro.
No.
I just
Mike, it's implicit.
no, it's
You
too.
know,
I
you
know,
know,
but
you
it's just
know.
like, why are we even talking about that?
I don't know because I'm
It's
just
a
like
podcast,
talking through my
just
thoughts. Yeah, you know.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
also like Avatar Loki, like being able to like control like all the elements. I feel like that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
I like that answer. I like that
I like
answer.
that.
But like I don't know.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah,
Firebender.
I feel like it'd be pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Firebender, like being a firebender, is a particularly like fun thing. I would imagine.
But so is being an airbender.
But I want
Wouldn't
like
you
all
say?
like
Water.
I
Nah, dude, it's just
Like,
like,
every
air and
single
farts.
one.
That's all you control. Like,
What are you talking about?
No, bro.
No, and water
No.
too. I think water, like controlling
dude,
water.
Water's
water's cool. Oh, you could do blood bending with water, and that
No,
plant
but
stuff.
that's-
Can you talk to the like the ocean animals?
Yeah.
No, that's
Like
that's
Aquaman?
Aquaman. Yeah,
That'd be
but only
Like
Aquaman
talking
can do
about
that.
Being able to talk to animals.
But like
Like a mermaid.
Aquaman's like only like the ocean, like water.
What if you could talk to all animals, including the ocean and on land?
I would talk to a shark.
Hell
Why?
no! I don't want. I'm so afraid to go in the water, like in the ocean, because of sharks. Like I'm.
But you
scared.
could talk. You can communicate with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Ariel.
No, it's not for me.
Okay, so you can communicate. You know the names of the guinea pigs that are slaughtered for your.
That's even worse. That's even worse. I don't want that. But
Oh
I don't
my
know. I
gosh.
guess like having all like to be able to control all the elements. I guess I'll say that one.
Sounds cool.
Okay, that's
But like
really
every
cool.
single one, not like.
So she wants to be the Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar.
Yeah.
All right, Jamie, you're up.
So excited for that movie.
I don't know. I feel like I'm conflicted. I would probably.
Well, there are cards at play, right? You guys-
Emily didn't.
Oh, I forgot.
pull.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Joker.
Oh, okay.
My
all right, here we go.
Yeah, that
Here we
mentioned
go.
I took a film class.
Here we go.
Don't press thing.
I don't know if I even have a sound effect for this,
Okay,
but
that's
good.
great.
no, I'm really having fun with this. Let's see. We'll start off with a super easy one. What is Heath Ledger's Joker's like famous catchphrase? Do it in the voice if you can. You don't have to.
And
I don't know.
From The Dark Knight. The movie The Dark
Emily
Knight.
must answer. Like
Emily,
we can't.
Emily
jump in
must
and
answer. Yeah, Emily must answer. No one else can answer.
His catchphrase?
His
Yeah.
most famous
The
catchphrase.
Joker's catchphrase?
Yes.
I feel like I should know this.
You absolutely do.
Yeah, with my
Okay.
dad, but
No,
like,
I
I don't know.
You absolutely know this. I know you know.
There's something about him that he assumes people are curious to know, as he sort of threatens to replicate
Always done to himself.
Is
that.
it something about like his smile or something?
Something like that.
Very,
You're
very,
very
close.
close.
Very close.
Like I don't know if he asked about it.
If you had a knife, like how would you enhance your smile if you were insane?
If you,
Well, didn't
that's
he
a
like
comp.
cut
Yeah,
it?
he cut
Right. Okay.
Leaving.
A scar.
Yeah.
But that's not the catchphrase.
So he asks.
No, that's not the catchphrase I'm talking about.
These
The other one.
questions are really specific.
He goes up to his victims, and before he asks all these questions. No. He explains his backstory, but then he says, "Why so serious?" Right?
I was thinking, you want to know how I got these scars.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that would have been an equally valid answer if she would have said it.
Yeah, no.
That was a great scene.
Thank
All
you,
right,
everybody.
Thanks.
we're gonna keep going.
Okay. I'll pull first.
We're gonna have to get easier with these questions. Another 3. All
Yeah,
right.
I had that one. I don't know, conflicted. I feel like I would want the power to like heal people because if like you could heal someone, you can bring back people that like
I
you
love
might not
that.
have lost. Like I would probably bring back my grandma.
Mm.
But then on the other hand, like, because I don't think I would use that a lot. Probably like how to read people's minds because like I overthink a lot, and knowing how to read somebody's mind would probably ease that. So
Valid.
Nice.
Yeah,
like,
those
if
are
you
really
answer
good.
me the wrong way, I'm
Yeah,
like,
those are good
what?
ones.
Yeah.
And then like today, Emily said something to me. She's like, "I didn't mean it like that." And I'm like, no, it's fine. But like I feel like it would make it easier.
Mhm.
So you don't like double think.
All right, your turn.
You got a 9. That's gonna put me over 10.
Okay.
Where's the board?
What's the question?
That you're compelling someone to
Oh, I compel someone.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
try not to like
Well, you
ruin my
forked it for them
table.
already, so.
You
See how
forked
I
it.
have over there?
Yeah. Well, partially.
Oh,
Is it
partially forked.
ASMR.
I'll give it to Cassidy. She had my favorite answer so far.
Okay.
Do you want
Yeah.
to? Oh.
What's your
She
answer
doesn't
for
want the
this?
fork.
I would teleport.
Tell
Oh.
me.
I was thinking about that one too.
That was
Yeah.
a really good one.
It's a little similar. It's a little less OP than time manipulation because.
Okay.
But it's similar. I would save a lot of time. Like honestly, if I had no sleep and I ate that scorpion and I
about
could
the guinea pig?
teleport, the guinea pig, sure, that's fine. All right, I would be pretty unbeatable. Like if I could just move from
So
location to
how
location,
far is like your teleportation could be across the world?
literally instant wherever I want.
That's pretty cool.
I could
That's cool.
avoid a lot of things I want to avoid.
Like what?
Individuals that I don't want to see in particular moments, and I wouldn't have to walk past them or around them. I don't personally have enemies, but I'm just saying sometimes I want to be left
You wanna
alone.
talk to someone.
Yeah. Get cornered in the room, and I could just teleport right out of there. Also, instant travel would make things easier. I'd be at John's house, North Carolina, on the weekends all the time.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yo, can you bring friends?
Like,
Sure.
If you like hold someone.
It's like a port key.
Yeah,
I'm like a port key from Harry Potter.
Right.
How many friends?
As many as can touch me.
Like they have to make contact with you, or like what if like somebody was like holding your
Sorry.
hand and like I was holding their hand? Like could we?
Yeah,
Like
I
a
had to find a
chain?
button. I have a whole list of them.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Is it like?
I don't need people to hold my hand.
I have a
Like,
question. So
I'd
like,
rather
would
be held
you
John's hand.
teleport from in the past? Would you teleport in the future? Would you teleport like?
Oh, is it a time
I would say
traveling
it's
thing?
real time.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to mess with time. It's not how I roll. Like,
She's really into time travel. This girl.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got
You
something.
have to be specific here.
She's got something she's got to
Right.
change from the past.
No.
Back to the future level shit going on. She's like, I
She
need to
would
stop my
change-
mom from making out with me, or like whatever.
No,
That is the plot of Back to the Future. Go watch the
Yes, that is.
movie. Okay, I'm not just saying things out of pocket.
no, she would change us getting kicked out of the soccer league.
Yeah.
You guys got kicked out of a soccer
The most
league.
recent soccer league that
No,
Why?
no.
Yet.
When we were younger, we actually got kicked out of a soccer league to the point where my brother couldn't join.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do?
Okay, so we were versing another team, and the refs weren't calling anything. Our one friend, our really close friend, Allie, she got pushed, and they stepped on her back, and the ref didn't call anything. Silvana, I think, got
Messed up.
shoved. I got elbowed in the
got
face.
blown across the field.
And then another girl, like our goalie, so she caught the ball, but then two girls came up and like kicked her in the stomach to like release the ball, and then they scored a goal, and he was like, okay, it's a goal. And our dads were just like, yo, like what the fuck's going on? And so our dads were coaching, so they ran on the field and were telling the ref like, yo, like what's going on? Why are you not calling? And then the other coach came and like they just started like, going at it, and then here we are just like on the sidelines like, oh.
They were like full on fighting.
Like full on fighting, and then the ref said like we're ejected from the game, like we're out of the league. We thought he wasn't serious, but then a few days later we got a nice little letter in the mail saying you guys are not allowed in this league anymore.
Yeah.
So then next year comes around, my mom, she can't sign us up. Her mom can't sign us up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sign up Zach. So then my brother Zach, like she goes to sign him up, and they're like, oh, Estrella? And I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, no, you guys are not allowed. So that's how we got kicked out of the league.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wow, that's really terrible. Sorry to hear that.
It was funny. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It was funny.
Did that end your soccer career?
No, we went to a different league.
Yeah, with the CY.
Yeah, that was PAL. We did other leagues after
I
that.
thought you guys were talking about the soccer league that you guys are playing in right now.
Now we have a game on Monday.
I got
Oh snap!
last game. Someone literally launched.
Yeah, they
the
kicked her
soccer
in the
ball
face. I got 2 goals last time.
Okay, Messi.
Yeah, I got 2 goals.
She got 2 goals again.
Yeah, kick in the face.
It's actually a fun league. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun.
Okay.
All right,
You're
my
gonna take a
turn.
card.
Let's see what we got going on. Oh, Jack. That means I have to take a shot. Let's see. So, I would choose telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
I feel like I do want to fly, but I can do that with telekinesis. I can. What are you doing?
Just answer the question, man.
Okay. I did answer the question.
Can
I
you
said-
explain what telekinesis is?
Telekinesis is the ability to move things with your mind.
Very
So-
very much a Jedi.
It's a
sort of
Jedi-esque thing in the X-Men. Like Jean Grey does that. She's like the main female character. Magneto does it, but only with metal. Like, so basically, you're just being able to shift
You move
things with your mind.
Yeah.
And you can also lift yourself off the ground, fly around, stuff like that. I think it's really cool. So,
Okay.
Interesting.
plus you don't need to have super strength.
That's very helpful. You could move lots of heavy stuff. You could do
Heavy things.
So-
It takes care of
so
all
any,
your
like,
problems.
Any project you're working on your house would be done in 5 seconds, because you could just pick everything up, have it done, and no problem.
I could have all the tools flying around, doing my work for me. It'd be great.
Okay.
So like Beetlejuice,
Like
like that
Matilda.
scene.
I've never seen that movie, but like
Matilda.
Matilda.
What's the
Matilda.
You've never seen
love
Beetlejuice in that
Matilda.
scene? The scene that he was just saying like everything.
They're
was going
remaking
around,
it,
like,
actually.
She's in the air dancing.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
What's the Beetle?
Why?
You've
I
never
don't
seen Beetlejuice?
Ask
They say
them.
If you say his
Don't
name 3
touch
times, he
them.
appears.
No, I've never heard
Damn,
of that.
John.
What?
Lived under a rock.
So was that your
Famously.
last hypothetical?
That was my last hypothetical
I have
question.
a couple questions we could ask. I do want to take a
Okay.
quick like water break and also alcohol break, and I want to like pause the footage so we could start a new
Okay.
segment.
Sounds good.